think they don't have the defense that they used to. I think the relationship is kind of fractured a little bit. And with Giannis being hurt, I think definitely going to go Pacers in 7.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with us today on this Wind Up Wednesday episode, Captain for Life, Will Cotton. Will, NBA playoffs are here. How we feeling?
They're great. They're great. Keep watching them, and also watch the NHL playoffs too. So very good. A lot of day, a lot of playoff for us.
All right. And team leader extraordinaire and legitimate Oklahoma City Thunder fan, Mike King. Mike, you have waited a decade for this. How you feeling going into the playoffs, sir?
I feel good, and it's kind of like I got an NHL team to root for and an NBA team, and they're both on kind of opposite spectrums. Where the NHL is a lot of pressure because they're kind of towards the end of the window. Thunder could be good for a decade, so this is kind of like free money, but I think they're gonna surprise people.
Okay, so segment one, we're gonna do the entire first round series predictions. That's the beauty of the NBA. We're picking series, not games. Segment two, a discussion on professional athletes involving themselves in things strictly for entertainment purposes only. And in segment three, we're going to do a WNBA post-draft organizational check-in, give you a rundown of the dates to watch, and just a little nugget about each team. But first, gentlemen, we're going to start in the Eastern Conference. Boston versus the Heat. No Jimmy, no series. Boston in 4. King, agree, disagree? What do you think?
I think the over-under should be 4.1, and you should take the under. Boston's going to win that one.
All right. Cotton Man, what do you think?
I think at best, Heats get 1 in Miami. But it's going to be
we said it is. They get 1? You think they get 1?
I think they can get 1 in Miami. I think they can will through. I mean, they're a good organization. They're a good team. I know they're still missing Jimmy, but, they still got Bam, and Harrell's playing pretty well right now.
The Jimenez kid's playing well. He's not bad. Yeah. He's not bad.
Yeah. So I think, they can steal 1. I mean, we've seen that Boston lapses all the time, especially in the fourth quarter, whether they give the ball to Tatum or they just lapse. So I think they can steal 1. I think it'll be 4, maybe like a 5-game series, but it's Boston.
All right. Knicks versus Sixers. Embiid can't move, so Knicks in 5, but the Knicks aren't very good. Mike, am I too hard on the Knicks?
I kind of think so. I hate the Knicks. That's why it's the only New York team I don't root for. But I think they're decent. I think they've made a lot of good trades that kind of made the roster. It's not like they've got top heavy, but pretty much everybody can play. Everybody has a role. There's definitely 94 vibes in New York with the Rangers and Knicks. And, I mean, the one thing I'll say for the 76ers, they've had practice without Embiid. So I kind of agree with you in that I think they steal 1, but I think the Knicks advance without.
Well, I watched that game, and the Knicks struggled with a one-legged superstar. Come on, man. They're not that good. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead.
I think the Knicks always make it hard on themselves. I think they'll get it in like 6, and they could even go to 7 just because they just make it so hard on themselves. That's just who the Knicks are. I mean, I haven't seen them really put a team away as they should. But like I said, Embiid can't move. I see him taking pick and rolls. He's popping out. He's not going to the post. He's staying and he's lucky that Julius Randle was there because at least Randle put a body into him or something. So yeah, I think it should be Knicks in 5, but I think it'd be Knicks in 6.
All right. The Bucks versus the Pacers. I don't know who wins, but the fans lose. So I'll pick the Pacers in 7. No real reason. Mike, get me interested about the Bucks and the Pacers, please.
I have too many injuries to be interested, so I kind of think Pacers in 6. But I don't really. It's not going to be a fun one to watch.
Okay, well, save it.
I like Halliburton, man. I think a lot of people didn't get to see him this year. I think when they finally get on a big stage, people are going to see this kid can really go. And the Pacers have a very young team, so if anything, it's going to be fast. And the Bucks,
they don't have Giannis. Pacers like to score.
Oh yeah, and Bucks, Giannis is not going to be the same Giannis. Kind of similar to what happened when KD with his Achilles with the Raptors finals. I think it was 2018 or 2019 or 2018, I believe. Yeah, so I just think it'll be a good series, but I think they don't have the defense that they used to. I think the relationship is kind of fractured a little bit, and with Giannis being hurt, I think definitely going to go Pacers in 7.
Okay, we're going to move to the Western Conference. OKC versus New Orleans. No Zion, no win. OKC in 5. Gentleman sweep. Mike, it's your time. What do you think?
I mean, no Zion that's huge because as good as the Thunder are, the one thing they didn't do is add like a big to defend those kind of guys. So I think that makes it, I'm thinking OKC in 4.
Okay. God, man, what we got?
I hope it's OKC in 4 because they shouldn't be playing the Pelicans anyway. I want to see them in the next round. Who they playing? That's what I'm excited for. This is a warm up. I just hope they stay healthy. Nobody gets no injuries or anything like that. They make it easy. I don't mind a little entertainment. Maybe Mike King sweat a little bit on a game, but I think they should take it in 4 for real, for real.
Okay. Nuggets versus Lakers. Michael Porter Jr. has not had a good week. Okay. A lot going on. Very hard to focus. AD looked tired in the fourth. Mouth wide open at the free throw line. That is a tell-all. LeBron James is incredible. Stop, man. I don't understand why everybody's mad at this dude. He's an incredible player at 107 years old. But what you going to do with the Joker? Denver in 6. Mike, what do you think, man?
I think Denver in less than 6.
You think Denver in less than 6?
Yeah, because yesterday seemed like the chance, and it didn't matter. Denver has their number at the moment until proven otherwise. Denver has their number.
Well, they can't keep losing to the Nuggets, can they?
They're gonna. I'm with Mike King. It's going to 5. It could get swept. I mean, it's not a joke. I want to take the opposite side with Michael Porter Jr. Now that we know that his one brother's kicked out, one's in prison. You can move on your life. I mean, there's nothing else he can do. There's nothing waiting, and I'm sure he knew that for months these things were going to happen. So it's going to be an escape for him to actually play. So I think he's going to play a lot better. I mean, he had 19-8 last night. I mean, close to a 20-10 double-double. So keep playing, man, and deal with things off course and off the season when you're done. But go get that chip, man. So I'm going with Nuggets in 4.
Okay. All right. Minnesota versus Phoenix. Okay. America. All year, we've been telling you, Minnesota. Every week, Minnesota's 1, 2, or 3. Minnesota 1, 2, or 3. And now America gets to see Anthony Edwards. This cat's a different dude, man. And Phoenix lacks toughness. But damn, fellas, KD can't lose in the first round, right? Yes, he can. But I'm going to, out of respect for KD, give him Wolves in 6. But Bradley Beal, do something for me other than nothing. Mike, what do you think, man?
I was told that series don't start until the road team wins. So I'm going to throw out that first game.
They look bad, Mike.
Minnesota and the Thunder is the Western Conference Finals that people don't even realize they need because Ant hates SGA, and I don't think SGA cares for him either, at least on the court. And that's like the rivalry that could be like the next rivalry going forward because both teams are going to be good. So I think that's kind of what I'm rooting for. So I think I want Minnesota to keep going, OKC to keep going, and I want to see 7 games of that. So Minnesota.
Okay. Well, what do you think, man?
I might have to agree with you, Coach. You're not going to get Devin Booker getting 18. You're not going to get Brad and Beal getting 15 every game. I think they'll get it right, man. I think this was a good hype, but remember, it's like you said, Mike King, it's a long series. So guys who've been in the playoffs, Booker, KD, they're fine.
I can tell you who hasn't been, Bradley Beal. Yeah. I can tell you who hasn't been.
Bradley Beal playing like it's the regular season still. He's playing like that. He
playing Tuesday against Cleveland.
He was relaxing. You see him?
Where,
He's so relaxed. He walking around
where
and
all these lights
flash.
come from?
Get out of there.
Why do we have a reporter on the sideline? Okay. All right, I'm sorry. All right, last but certainly not least, Clippers versus Mavs. We are taping this on the unfortunate anniversary of my favorite entertainer's passing. And he has a song called I Love You, but I Don't Trust You Anymore. So, man, as much as I would like the Clippers to be a story, I just can't trust them. Can't trust Dallas either, but you can trust Dallas more than the Clippers. Dallas in 7. Mike, what do you think? Agree or disagree?
I agree. I don't trust, can't really trust either of them, but at least Kyrie's won something. The Mavericks franchise has won something. Clippers, until they do anything, I can't take them seriously, just ever.
All right, Cotton Man, what's up?
The Clippers remind me of Fetch, and in the great film Mean Girls, stop trying to make Fetch happen. They trying to be this thing. They're trying to be the Lakers. They're trying to be the superstar team, and they're just not going to do it. I like Luka a lot better. They can't guard anybody in Kyrie. Kawhi's obviously hurt. Of course, it must be postseason time, right? Must be the playoffs. But yeah, give me Dallas in 6. Why not? They're going to surprise people.
All right. So when we get back, fans, we're going to talk about the big elephant in the room. Come on, man. Let's stop losing careers over gambling. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
The CKA SAVE Project is an industry leader in advocating for student-athlete, academic, and athletic needs. Through academic and athletic enrichment, the CKA SAVE Project is on the forefront of the issues facing 21st century student-athletes. As student-athletes continue to struggle to find a better balance between academic and athletic success, the CKA SAVE Project offers academic and athletic services to support student-athlete academic success, including academic skills assessment, academic and athletic consulting, academic monitoring, academic and athletic workshops. For more information or to schedule a free consultation, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2. Damn. Come on, man. Toronto Raptors Jontay Porter has been banned from the National Basketball Association for life after an investigation revealed he had disclosed confidential information to bettors, limited his participation in at least one game while he was with the Raptors, and bet on NBA games while he was playing in the G League. The NBA said in a release announcing the ban that its investigation remains open and that it is sharing information with the federal government and federal authorities. We don't want that, by the way, folks. The NBA launched an investigation into Porter in late March after sportsbooks noticed irregular betting on the over-under on the Reserve Center statistics in 2 Raptors games. In both games, Porter exited the game after playing only a few minutes. The investigation also found that he revealed information about his own health, and none of this is good. The investigation revealed he placed at least 13 bets on NBA games on an associate's betting accounts. The bets range from $15 to $22,000, totaling $54,000 according to the league, give or take. The league said the total payouts from the bets were $76,000 with a net winning of just under $22,000. None of the bets involved any in which Porter played. 3 of the bets were parlays, including a bet on the Raptors to lose. Will, you're my gambling guy. You know, I do things strictly for entertainment purposes only, and I bet very small amounts. What are your thoughts on this whole story?
This has to happen. I think for fans who want to believe the integrity, we get to know that if we're gonna bet, we have to know that the athletes are being, honest about their lives and honest about their sports. And to such a harsh penalty for ban them for life. I agree. I think you got to tell people like, one, this is not the 1920s. This is not the 1930s or 40s. We have a lot of data. We see everything. As an IT person, we see everything, every transaction, when's it happens. And now that we have AI and machine learning, we can now find data and just type in a question and say, hey, find some irregularities for this, for today, or what's going on, anything standing out that you haven't seen. So people are understanding that, yeah, I do appreciate that the betting organization or betting companies are using AI and using security to expose that, hey, we're up and up. You guys can bet. You know, they're not going to let you guys go out there and just steal money for knowing things that they should. So I feel good knowing that our integrity is being checked. But it's a bad move. I'll tell you every time it never works. It hasn't worked in the 50s. Look at Pete Rose when they found out he was betting, and they have no cell phone, all that stuff. So be smart. Don't do stupid stuff like that. They say don't bet. They're looking for it. They have all they have the FBI working with you. They know. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my best friend, he'll bet it for me, but he ain't gonna know. They'll know he knows you. It's just people being stupid. But long story short, I'm just happy that they caught it. They're able to kind of be harsh with it. And now, it's not going to be the last thing because, criminals are smart. They're going to keep finding different ways to do things like that. But, man, good catch. And I'm glad he got what he got. And, if he wants to be stupid for $21,000, hey, man, for someone's dream, all right, man. So he got what he got.
Okay. So, Mike, you have been in meetings with me about students and disciplinary actions. Don't laugh too loud, but we're teachers. We're educators. This is a teachable moment. Do you agree with the lifetime ban? Tell me there should be some type of rehabilitation. What do you think, Mike?
Who was the ref? Tim, what was his name? That was Donahue. I don't want him back. Once you do it once, I know you do it, right? So
yeah,
that's why I'm conflicted there. I'm just shocked. He's betting under. He averaged 4 points a game. How are you betting the unders?
Only Mike would do
that. There's not a lot of meat on that bone. I'm kind of conflicted because again, this is the guy who plays.
He's got a hell of a story, man. He fought.
Ohtani did it, and we all know it, and no one cares because he has an interpreter. Like they go after the small fish. They never go after the big fish, even though we all know some people are doing it, everybody was doing it. So when Tim Donahue got caught, there wasn't anyone who was like, oh, that's the only ref who was cheating. Immediately all of us just thought, okay, so this is
Oswald killed Kennedy, man. It was him by himself.
So they have to be strict because we all know that this is happening, especially in college. I know in Maryland, they got rid of you used to be able to bet on individual player stats. They got rid of that this year and that should be illegal everywhere because college is going to be even harder to regulate than professional. And there's more reason to do it because in the NBA, like you said, 21,000 that's not worth your everything. In college, if I know there's no future for me professionally, why wouldn't 21,000 be worth it? So I feel like when things happen, they have to be strict. Otherwise, it's a whole mess. It's a mess anyway, because you added gambling to all the professional sport, to all the sporting leagues around the world. And the leagues are profiting off of it. But the only people who can't are the players and everyone else's, including the gambling sites who cheat to make money and make lines in ways where they're guaranteed to win.
And sponsored by the worldwide leader who have individual bets. Kendrick Perkins, big man parlay bet.
Bet on this, bet on that. He opened Pandora's box, and this is what we get.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So my thoughts very quickly. You're paid professionals. We all have contracts. We all go through compliance, and the rules are very clear. Education is key, but personal responsibility and accountability is on you. Yeah, I don't feel bad. I'm sorry, man. It's not like it's hidden. It's not like this is ooh surprise. But it does suck because that's an opportunity wasted. And yeah, we as an educator, you hate to see somebody just throw away their future for what? For what? And most of our meetings, and Mike is going to nod in affirmity, is why did you even think that that was okay to do? I mean, come on. What are we doing? Now we'll adjudicate it. We'll go through the process. But seriously, you walked to the teacher, cut the teacher out, and blah, 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 and thought nothing was going to happen. That's just not good. So when we get back, let's turn to the WNBA, still on a high momentum. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches podcast.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Folarin Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches podcast in segment 3. WNBA season is upon us, so get your pencils and your pens out. This is why we do a magazine-style show where we go through the entire week. So, April 28th, training camps begin. May 3rd, preseason games begin. May 13th, final roster cut down, and you're going to see some really good players cut because there's only 144 players in the league. May 14th, the season begins. June 1st through 13th is the Commissioner's Cup tournament, and they're going to play extra hard to make that extra money. June 25th is the Commissioner's Cup Championship. Let's see if we can go out to a local establishment to see if it's on TV. July 18th through the 21st is the WNBA All-Star break. July 20th is the All-Star game. July 21st through August 14th, the WNBA will take a break for the Summer Olympics. August 20th is the trade deadline. September 19th is when the regular season ends, and September 22nd is when the playoffs begin. We just had the WNBA draft. 2.7 million viewers just watched it, and it was outstanding. 2.45 million viewers. So now we had the draft gone. We can now focus on the professional aspects of the teams. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to talk about a team or two, if you will. But let's start off with Indiana Fever. I'd like to get both of your thoughts. Fans are going to see a steady diet of Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. But Mike, you're a regular cat. What are you thinking about with the fact that the Indiana Fever will be on TV 36 times out of 40?
This is perfect. This is what I want to talk about. All the other WNBA players who are criticizing this, it's embarrassing. Look up what people made in the Masters the year Tiger won it, first year. They made like nothing. Look up what golf was paying people this year. It was like 8 times more at least. And The only reason is because Tiger Woods brought eyes to the PGA Tour, and that brought money. Caitlin Clark is bringing eyes to the WNBA, and that's going to bring money. And she's getting criticized from like Taurasi. Listen, you had the most viewership for a draft when you got drafted at 600,000. And that record stood until it was, what did you say, 3 million?
2.45. Yes,
as an average. Yeah. 2.45. So you should be happy because now you're going to make more money. And it's thanks to Caitlin Clark coming. Just like every golfer should have been happy when Tiger Woods came because they made insane amounts of money that would not exist. They'd be making almost the same if Tiger Woods didn't come because no one was watching golf. Now golf's a popular sport, mainly because of one person. One person can change a league. We've seen it in the NBA. There have been times we've seen it in the NHL. There are times you see in the NFL. One player can bring eyes to a league. That's what she's doing. They should be showing her games every time, and other players can get mad about it. But then next year, when your salary goes up and they start showing more of your games, that's a good thing. That's all this is. It's a good thing. It's good for everybody. Everybody's going to benefit from this. I'm all for it.
All right, Cotton Man, what do you think? Caitlin Clark, you're going to see Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston a lot.
Mike King said it perfectly. He said it perfectly. There's really nothing I need to add. I'd be excited. They have very cool jerseys. I was trying to get one, and they were sold out. They have a really good aesthetic. The colors are nice. They pop a little bit of the yellow on the Indiana Fever joint. Looking really nice. Really, I might get one. I'm gonna get one.
Okay. All right. Just a little quick blurb about the LA Sparks. Cameron Brink and Rakia Jackson are the best center and wing combination in this draft class, so the Sparks should be better. Chicago Sky. My question is, can Camila Cardozo and Angel Reese play together? Will, I'm taking you into the locker room. These are two alphas. You have been in locker rooms with competing personalities. Do you think Camila Cardozo and Angel Reese can play together?
They will be. Cardozo is going to be on the court, and Reese is going to come off the bench anyway. So I don't think it's going to be a twin tower joint. I don't think it's what it's going to be. But I think at the end of the day, she tweeted about recently. She said how she was able to connect with everybody, and everybody is cool, and it was good to know everybody outside of the court, and we battle each other. And So I think they'll play together, no problem. Okay. But like any other organization, if you start losing, you're gonna start pointing fingers, and we'll see what happens. But I think they'll be fine.
All right, local to us, the Washington Mystics, Aaliyah Edwards, and next year's top pick is what they should be working for. They've got Aaliyah Edwards, the better player, and now they need to just lose, and they're going to do that anyway. So let me just get this out of the way, fans of the local Mystics. Stop it with you should have drafted Angel Reese. No, thank you. From a basketball perspective, Aaliyah Edwards is the better player. So now you're working on just building a team. You have nothing. You have absolutely nothing. So start over and just go through your natural process. By the way, great call to move the Indiana Fever game to the Capital One Arena. So Mike and Will, I'd like for you to comment. Any thoughts about the Mystics not getting Angel Reese? Did they make the right move? Because a lot of local internet chatter was Angel Reese would put butts in the seats. And I said, yeah, for a week. And then after you lose by 30 a couple of times, they're not come anyway. Mike, what do you think?
I think winning puts butts in the seats more than anything. I think they made the right call, and if they could lose enough next year and add a different UConn star, then you've got Aaliyah Edwards and Paige, and you've got a team. And then you got then you're one of the teams that everyone's going to see on TV. That should be the goal. They should be learning from the issues of the Wizards. They're never bad enough. They were never bad enough to get the good picks. They were always in that mediocre stage for like 2 decades. Middling. And there's nothing worse than mediocre in professional sports. You either better be great or terrible. And when you're terrible, you can become great. But for mediocre, it's hard to make that jump.
Will, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Mike King, again, bang, bang, always hitting it. Always, he's on it right now. He's on it right now. And the Mystics have the blueprint. The Wizards have done it perfectly this season, so they know how to do it.
Yeah, but they did it perfectly for a draft with nothing. This is a Kwame Brown draft. You got nothing coming.
The blueprint is solid. The blueprint is solid. The result is up to the organization, but the blueprint is solid. But no, in all seriously, I mean, people are going. It's going to be a rough season. But the best thing for her is she's going to get all the shots, all the minutes. There's no reason to say, "Hey, let's wait off." And she's gonna be so much more refined than a couple other players. She'll be ready to go, and then she could bring up whoever's coming. I wish Juju could come out, man, because she's definitely man. We could use her in DC, but
Well,
I think
we'll
she's
talk
going
about
to
Juju
domestic.
tomorrow's show.
I think she's going to the Sparks, but she's following the Lisa Leslie kind of thing. So I'm gonna chill till you're on that show. But yeah, no, I think they'll be good. And another pick, who knows? I mean, Aaliyah Edwards may be one of those teams that makes you again. You're not that bad. Like you're in the middle.
No, you're gonna be really bad this year. Okay. Okay. The Atlanta Dream, both of their roster, they traded for Jordan Canada and they signed Tina Charles, so they should be better. The Las Vegas Aces, Aja Wilson and company are the favorites to win. Mike, let me ask you this. The Aces are the two-time defending champion, and they're not on TV as much as the Indiana Fever. How would you react if you were the Aces, Mike?
I would say, how much more money am I going to make next year? Yeah, you were on TV a lot. Okay, good. I hope the Fever bring more eyes, and then when we get to the playoffs, people will be watching. They'll see us win again because we'll probably win again, and then next year pay me more.
Okay, but Asia doesn't have a shoe deal, and she's like the best player in the world, and nothing. I'm tagging back to you, Mike. If you're Asia Wilson, how are you feeling?
You take it as motivation, and every time you play the Fever, you make sure that it's a blowout, and Clark looks terrible.
Okay,
It's the only thing you can do.
Okay,
While you're cashing the check.
Will, man. Aces, how should the Aces feel right now? They're the best of the best. Come beat me, and I can't get no love.
Oh, Asia Wilson is going to give her 40 to maybe 50. Not only is she on TV more, Caitlin Clark has a sneaker out before Asia Wilson, which it's a very nice shoe. I'm not going to lie. I was looking at it too. I was like, man, if they have some other colorways, I might jump on that joint too. But yeah, she is, she should have all, you remember the Last Dance when Jordan was like, I took everything personal. She doesn't even have to you didn't have to fake it. She really gonna take it personal. I would too. And as we know, you haven't heard of nothing from her. She's really not been out. She had like a little commercial, but we haven't really been hearing about her. I think she is in the dungeon cooking up something crazy, okay. And they're gonna get something next year, and people gonna be like, "Oh man, like why are we talking about Caitlin Clark? We're talking about," but they should be upset, and they're gonna come at everybody, especially the young guns. Everybody, if you had anybody who had on this draft class, Cardozo, Edwards, Indiana, you getting thrashed. So I'm ready to see that.
So the New York Liberty are Las Vegas Aces. They're more top heavy than they were last year, but they will be dominant, I think. The Connecticut Sun re-signed Brianna Jones and DeWanna Bonner. The Phoenix Mercury should have a better year from Brittany Griner, as well as adding Kalia Cooper, Natasha Cloud, Mystics, and Rebecca Allen. Dallas, Satu Sabali has shoulder problem going into the season. Keep an eye on that. Minnesota Lynx, Courtney Williams, Alana Smith, and Natisha Heidelman, their names to watch. And finally, Seattle Storm signed Skylar Diggins and Neke Agumake. So we've got a little bit of taste with WNBA. We are right now into the playoffs of the NBA. So as we close, let me just say this is the best week in the world to be a true basketball fan because there's games on every day that mean something. So young players, if you're a real hooper, this is when you study film. This is when you look at the box scores and try to anticipate trends because everybody knows your plays. Everybody knows what you're trying to do, and you still got to beat a team 4 times. That's why it's a series and not a game. So on behalf of our Cavalcade of Stars, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast. We'll see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach FRANCHIZE. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches podcast.